I know you wrote an article, 2 things about the Browns offense that are pretty simple that they just need to correct.
Yeah, I mean, it's really interesting to look. The Browns are turning the ball over a lot, and they are one of the highest field goal conversion rate teams. And so, again, they're simple, not easy. If they were easy, everybody would do it. But the Browns, first and foremost, have to stop turning the ball over. Whether that, PJ Walker fumbling the ball, any of the quarterbacks throwing interceptions, Elijah Moore, there's been a bunch of players just turning the ball over. They've been sloppy with the ball. If they just aren't turning the ball over, which I think is a little different than Josh Allen. Oftentimes, Josh Allen on third down, he has kind of the arm punts. A few of his interceptions are, Hail Mary types, those kind of things. The Browns are just turning the ball over and they're putting the defense back on the field. The defense is getting tired. If they can just turn the ball over a few less times, and again, that goes back to the conversation about DTR versus Flacco, who do they believe is not going to turn the ball over? Because we have seen, again, fans can think what they want about Kevin Stefanski. We have seen when the Browns don't turn the ball over and don't have penalties, that they can matriculate the ball down the field for a 15 play, 75 yards. They're not explosive, but they're getting 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 yard gains on a regular basis as long as the ball is not being turned over and as long as they're not getting penalties that set them behind at 1st and 20, those kind of things. And then the other thing is, and this goes back to, we'll talk more about the running game. They just have really struggled in the red zone. They don't have quarterbacks who are trusting that their receiver is going to get open on some of those quick breaking routes. They haven't been able to hit some of the back shoulder or the fade routes in the corner, and they're just really struggle to run the ball from about the 15-yard line to the 2-yard line. At the 2-yard line, Kareem Hunt is strong enough and crafty enough to kind of figure it out. They're just really struggling to take it over the end line. And those field goals, after a while, are starting to add up. The opposite side is, does he go for it more on 4th down, knowing that the team is struggling in the red zone? They struggle to get those tough yards when the field is condensed. It's really just a tough place to be. But if they keep turning the ball over and they can't get a few more touchdowns, it's going to be a tough rest of the regular season and whatever the playoffs look like.
Yeah, and to your point with the defense, he's probably figuring, I need to take points if I'm in there, and because this defense is good enough in most instances to make that hold up.